Japan a few days ago. Most of the jet lag is worn off, but still feeling a little tired. I brought the Fuji X-T5 and 3 small prime lenses and just had an amazing time. I spent just under 2 weeks in Japan, and most days I just walked around 20 or 30,000 steps, ate food, took pictures, and came home with a couple hundred shots that I'm really happy with. I've worked pretty hard to narrow that down to a tighter collection of, I think, 93, which is still a lot. But I've got 93 photos on the website and the Japan project, and you'll see them all in this video. There's still over 100 that I really like that just didn't make the final cut, as I was trying to be really concise with this. And so I've shared those B-side photos as well on my brand new Patreon page. So if that's something that you already think that you're going to be interested in, there's a link down below. There's already the B-side photos from Japan and a separate video going more in depth about the Japan trip, thoughts on photography while I was there, the gear I brought, where all I went, how much money I spent. It was surprisingly affordable compared to a lot of other places that I've been, so that was nice. I'll talk more about the Patreon at the end of this video, plans for it, what you can expect, all that kind of stuff. But there's already a link down below and already some content up on the Patreon page, so if you want to check that out, really appreciate it. With that out of the way, let's get back into the meat of this video, some photos and video from 2 weeks in Japan. Enjoy. those photos and those video clips. Again, I've shared over 100 additional photos over on my new Patreon page. I think they're really good too. They just didn't quite make the final cut. So let's talk about the Patreon. I think most of you probably know what Patreon is. It's been around for a while now, but it's one of the best ways to directly support artists and creators that you like. So that's first and foremost what this is here. If you want to support the work that I'm doing and putting out into the world, then yeah, this is a great way to do that. And I really appreciate the support. Of course, the way that it typically works is that in return, you get some bonus content, if you will. So in addition to the YouTube videos and the newsletter and the website and Instagram and all of the other public facing things, those aren't going away. This is extra stuff. So what can you expect on that front? Primarily, it's a look behind the scenes on projects that I'm working on while they're still in progress, from initial concept all the way through to the eventual book publication or whatever the final project looks like. I'll talk about recent photos that I've taken, including B-sides that I'm not showing anywhere else. And then there's a segment that I'm for now calling The Kitchen, which is just half-baked thoughts regarding photography and creativity and all that kind of stuff before they become fully fledged YouTube videos. So this will actually be really helpful for me too, because it'll be a good way to bounce ideas off of people who know my work and think a lot about photography and creativity before they are like ready to be on YouTube, to make sure that everything resonates, that I'm not missing anything, that I'm thinking through these big topics thoroughly, and can really flesh it out semi in public before it turns into a big YouTube video or an essay or something like that. I'll talk about interesting photographers, photo projects, photo books that I've come across recently. We'll have casual chats about gear and workflow and routines and all of that. And then all patrons are going to get a 40% discount on all fine art prints that I make. And then big discounts as well. I don't know what it'll be. I have to look at profit margins, but big discounts on any zines or books or anything else that I release as well. And so that's kind of the structure. There's going to be standalone posts. And then as of now, I'm thinking it's going to be monthly update videos where I kind of just go through a list of recent things, recent photos that I've taken, things that I've been thinking about, recent stuff that I've been finding. So monthly update videos and then some other posts as well. A lot of it will be video since I'm pretty comfortable talking on video, and in some ways it's easier than writing. And I think it's just a good platform for that. So that's the structure, some of the topics that we're going to talk about and explore together, how we should approach social media in a saturated and frankly pretty exhausted world. I feel like the world of social media is pretty different now than it was a few years ago, and it's something that is constantly changing. It'll be a good thing to talk about. Talk about making photography that feels like ours. Talk about photo books, making them, appreciating them, prints, the how, the why, all that kind of stuff. Talk about the art of the photography project or the photography body of work, expanding our photography bubbles, walking as an incredible tool for photography. We'll talk about that. Hopefully that makes more sense once we talk about it on the Patreon. Local photography versus traveling for photography, the importance of curating our work, photography habits and routines, photography websites, developing and trusting our photography intuition, the history of photography. I mean, I've just got a lot of ideas up here that I want to share with the world, in addition to behind the scenes of my own creative process. And so a lot of that's not ready to be a fully fledged YouTube video. This is going to be, I think, a good platform for sharing that with not the public, but with a like-minded group of creators. So it'll be an evolving platform over time. I'm open to suggestions for other features that will be helpful or interesting or fun, but that's the Patreon. I'm keeping it simple, I think, with just one tier, at least for the foreseeable future. It's going to be $8 a month. I know for some people that's not a lot of money. For some people that's a lot of money. Please don't stretch yourself financially for this, but if you can support and want to, I really appreciate it. And I'm going to work really hard to make sure that I'm delivering way more than $8 of value per month to you. So if you want to check it out, there's a link down below. And with that, I'll say thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for all of your support and all of the ways that it comes. And I'll see you next time, and I'll see some of you over on Patreon.